Welcome to the Scrapyard. I am your host, BC.
Fucking Rob.
Dreamer Girl.
Flaming Bees.
Jeffrey Works.
He's back. How's it going, guys? And tonight's episode, the topic is figures or book that surprised us. And since Reworks has not been here since episode 100, this is going to be new for him. This week's scrap battle.
Nah. Whoa. There's a thing at the bottom.
Well, that should say this week, but y'all get it. This week's battle is the first Scrapyard Battle Royale being between the 4 Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I'm going to disappoint a lot of people then.
Yep. Especially if because one thing I'm going to specify real quick before we start doing figure and book appreciation of the week, I actually did remember this time. We aren't giving the be-all, end-all decision on who would actually win. We're the way Scrap Battle is done, we gather up and debate it between us, and then we decide between us who would win.
Okay.
So that said, figure appreciation of the week. Get up here.
Oh, shit. Like I said earlier, I actually don't have a webcam anymore. Unfortunately.
That's fine. Just tell us.
If I have to give it a figure, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the TF1, the new TF1 Optimus Prime, just because I've been handling that figure the most these past few months, and I'm genuinely surprised how good it is.
Do you mean the mainline version or the studio series?
Oh, forgive me, Studio Series.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's the most accurate to the film, and I like how it feels. I didn't think I was gonna like how it feels from the photos, but when I got it in hand, I liked it enough to buy at least 30 copies in the past 2 months.
Well, you might be making some serious bank off of me here soon.
No, yeah, I definitely have to recommend and think that this figure is definitely the GOAT of the new Studio Series 1 figures.
So far.
I've yet to have...
All right, Bees, you're up. Mountain Man!
Huh?
Mountain Man! Anyways, go on.
Anyway, my figure appreciation is the ultimate Optimus Primal from Rise of the Beast with the DNA design upgrade kit to turn him into Ape Link.
Yo!
Yeah,
That is such a sick kit.
right? And okay, so yes, I did in fact buy 2 because as soon as this kit was announced, I ordered a second one, and I'm glad that second one had some 2C issues and in the head where the whole joint apparatus, whatever in it, was cracking and breaking. So that by the time I got the kit, I was it broke completely. So I'm throwing you away anyway. So yeah, new robot mode head, new gorilla mode head, arm panels, shoulder panels, arm blades, no belly button. Wait, wrong gorilla.
Gosh, fucking. You're so lucky JJ's not here. All right, Dreamer, you're up.
So, as I said last week, I've been on a romance book kick, which I know shocks all of y'all. Because, normally I'm into the murder mysteries. So, I would say I already finished it and it took it off my Kindle, but this was the best book I read all week. Which, yes, I know.
I think my bats.
She's already corrupted one of us with it.
Hey, he did it himself.
Did I really though?
Yes.
Whatever helped you sleep. Oh wait, no, never mind. I
Alright.
had to stop myself.
Dance monkey.
I give that a
So-
2.
So my figure appreciation of the week is the Figma Samus Aran Metroid Dread version.
That is pure sex as physical plastic.
I know next to nothing about Metroid, but that's a pretty dang good looking figure.
You see, I love articulation on toys, especially when there's all sorts of different joints, but I cannot begin to specify how premium a toy feels when it can anatomically throw a punch, which that can do.
Nice.
Hi. All right. Dean, someone's at the door. Calm down. So my figure appreciation of the week, funny enough, is actually kind of working into the topic here as well, because my figure appreciation of the week is the Legacy United Star Raider capsule Cannonball.
Oh,
That is a damn good figure.
I can't put this down. I don't know why. Like I thought for like the one I thought for sure between the two that I got that I was going to be futzing around with and playing with the most. I thought it was going to be Ferric. It's been this whole time.
Yeah, I've never played with the original mold, but even I had to admit that this is a dang fun figure.
It's such a nice figure.
Yes.
So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the topic. And basically, again, another thing, Reworks hasn't been here in a while. It's a 30-minute timer on the clock. So basically, as soon as there's a 3 in front of the 7, that's when we stop. So a figure that has surprised us just as a whole, even if it's something that was from when you were like really, really young or something that you got semi-recently that you never thought it in your life you would actually find joy out of. And so whoever wants to step up and go first, by all means, do so.
That's a good question.
Now, a figure that surprised us. You mean like something that we had low expectations before, or something
either you were curious or you had low expectations, but when you finally got it, something with the figure clicked with you. Matter of fact, you know what? To give you an example, like I just stated, Cannonball. So when I found out about the fact that he was going to basically be the crankcase mold, I was skeptical, mainly because for whatever reason, the crankcase mold is universally hated. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna give it a shot because it is a Cybertron character. It's the repaint version of the vastly superior version. So screw it. Why not? I'll give this a shot. And when I finally got him home, pulled him out of the box, I started really kind of sitting down and messing with him. I'm really liking a toy if I'm flipping it back and forth between the robot and the vehicle. I don't do that a whole lot these days. So the fact that this toy has managed to get me to do 10 transformations in one sitting, and that's going back and forth, that should tell you how much I've grown to really enjoy this thing. And I was not expecting myself to. In fact, I thought for sure I was going to be like everybody else and absolutely despise this thing. It has done nothing but surprise me from start to finish. I really enjoy this Cannonball.
Now, the crankcase mold. Which crankcase are we talking about? Which figure from which legacy?
Legacy Year 1.
Crankcase. Yeah, I don't think I remember crankcase, so I think it's a good thing that I don't remember, and I know nothing about the figure or the mold. Otherwise, I didn't have any low expectations. I just saw the figure and thought, "Ooh, nice," and I got it. what's funny is that like Walmart.com shipped my figure out to me basically before its official street date. So like, oh, I feel special. But anyway, for me, the first thing that came to mind, that a figure that surprised me, was like I didn't know what to expect when it came to the SH Figure Arts line. My gateway figure to SH Figure Arts was the SH Figure Arts Mighty Morphin White Ranger figure. I found it at a Hastings back in 2013. I was at home for Thanksgiving from college, and I was just walking around, and I wanted to get my my action figure fix. So I saw the White Ranger on the shelf. I'm like, you know what? Let's give this a try. So I buy it. I go home with it, and I'm like, ooh, oh, this is like just putting in all kinds of poses, testing out all the articulation and the accessories and the quality and the sculpted detail and the paint. God dang, that I was impressed. So from that point on, I tracked down as many of the other Rangers as I could until, long story short, I didn't get a whole lot of money anymore at the time, and I was broke and needed the money, so I ended up selling off all my figure arts, my Power Rangers figure arts. Funny story. My computer, I needed to bring my laptop into the shop to get fixed, and because I needed the money desperately, I listed my Green and White Ranger figure arts, and within minutes of making the posting on Facebook, like a Facebook sales group, my phone was swarmed with so many people messaging me interested in the figure. My phone was overheating, and I was slowing. I was like, "Oh my god!" I guess people like Tommy.
Tommy tax.
The Tommy tax, exactly. Yeah. Hashtag Master Morpher. Anyway, yeah, that's the one figure that I could immediately think of.
All right. So, not to be rude, but I want to give everybody else a chance to talk as well.
Yeah. I was actually about to say there are a few others that I could think of that I wanted to bring up, but I'll wait until everyone else gets their turn.
All right. So next up, we will either allow Dreamer or Reworks or Rob to go next. Whoever
I'm gonna go
wants
last
to go.
because I'm like sorting through like 4 different figures, trying to figure out which one I want to prioritize.
Okay. So then, Rob or Dreamer, whichever of you two want to go.
I guess since I actually have the figure I want to bring up, I'll go. The figure that surprised me the most, and this is me not being a huge fan of the mainline figures as of late, Prime Changer Sentinel Prime from Transformers 1.
Oh.
I need to do some business with you later.
This figure is by far the best Prime Changer figure, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, like I sold all of mine, so I don't have the Prime Changes anymore. But when I had them, bar none, my favorite was Sentinel.
And granted, this is the first time we've seen him in a vehicle mode. Transformers 1, you needed to fix that. But all in all, I was not expecting to like this figure as much as I am.
Yeah, exactly. And the big thing with me that really sold me was somebody mentioned, this kind of transforms a lot like Sonic Bomber from Zone. And of course, my Japanese continuity loving ass immediately went, so Sonic Bomber?
Is it? I know. I want to ask real quick. Do you have the Studio Series Optimus from 1? Rob?
Hmm?
Do you have Studio Series 1 Optimus Prime?
Yes.
It's smaller than that, right?
I don't think it is.
'Cause I want to. I want to get the
No,
Studio
it's
Series version,
bigger.
but it's bigger, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, 1 is bigger. Or sorry, Studio Series is bigger.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that actually sells it for me. Then I'm gonna wait for the Studio Series Sentinel.
Yeah. After seeing the movie, he has my original copy of the Studio Series 1 Prime, and I have regrets now because now I can't fucking find it, and it's pissing me off.
Now would have been a bad time to say I saw a couple of them at the Target by my house.
Oh yeah, they've been showing up at Target and WalMarts everywhere. Like my local Walmart had like a whole row of them.
Hi.
Dreamer.
I was literally trying to think of a book that surprised me, and that's like really hard to decide.
So while you think of that, I need to do a thing real quick. Give me your motherfucking ankle real quick, Rob.
Make it. Which ankle are you wanting?
Help me.
Because you remember the custody agreement. You have to ask.
Whichever one that due to the custody agreement I'm allowed to use.
I think.
Which I want to say it's the right.
Yes, you have the right because I have the left.
Grab the right ankle.
Well, considering I'm like sitting here and I've read like 66 books this year. I'm like trying to think. Did one surprise me? Probably when I read Two Sides to Every Murder, I had a very high expectation. And I mean, it wasn't the worst book I ever read, but it wasn't like the best one either. Because I don't know if you know TF Reworks, but I am kind of an obsession with murder, mystery, thriller, like books in general.
That's fair. A lot of my family's like that too, and I'm similar, but only I like watching those YouTube videos that explain like murder mysteries and like this has never been solved.
And so I kind of have like, I wouldn't call myself like a snob by any means, but I kind of have high expectations. And so, I mean, it was a good book. It ended not the way I thought it would, but like the middle was very predictable. But it's still, it surprised me in a good way. Minus all the grammatical errors in it, but that's a whole different story.
So I took a minute just to go back and look real quick. This is actually the first time Dreamer and Reworks would be meeting each other on the show.
Uh-huh.
Because if my memory is correct, Dreamer's debut episode was 103.
I think so.
Reworks was the special guest on episode 100.
Oh, like 2 episodes away. 3, sorry. I can't do math.
So yeah,
That's
this would actually be the first time you two actually started acting to communicate with each other. So that's nice.
Yeah,
That is-
nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I have a slight obsession with books and reading. I've read 66 books since January.
Yeah, and I feel like Dreamer's inclusion in our group brings a little bit of like something different to the table. We're all action figure model kit junkies, whereas it's the Briximus.
Whereas in here.
Whereas Dreamer, her thing is books. So I feel like it also what she brings to the table also could potentially draw in people who are also into books, and or are into both books and figures and model kits.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like
So-
anime too, so I mean,
There we go.
but not the anime that you would think I'd be into. I'm into like Gundam and Neon Genesis Evangelion and Trigun.
You know what? No. I tried to hold it in. But I'm sorry, I gotta do it. The very first time she popped in and just really started to kind of talk to us, I kind of had that on guard moment of, what the hell is this person? So finally, I'm starting to hit her with all the nerd questions, like, okay, so what you into? What animes have you watched? What movies have you watched? What TV shows have you watched? And she's saying like the fact that her go-to answer was immediately like, oh, Gundam Wing easily. And Beast finally pops up and he's like, okay, guys, I'm so sorry I'm late. He didn't even get a full sentence out, and I'm on him like, how? You don't want her from us. I was on his ass.
No. What I distinctly remember when I pop in, you go, I'm like, like, anyways, how are things going? And then you do that shit.
Speaking of,
But yeah, so I feel like I bring something else to the table. You know, these gentlemen, they have, you know, their Transformer figures, they have like different, you know, like Power Ranger figures, their Gundam Wing or Gundam, you know, model kits. I mean,
one could say she surprised us all.
Ah!
Well, you can thank my brother for that, because I mean, yes, do I like Sailor Moon just like any other person? Yeah, but I can only watch so much of it before I'm like, ugh. Before I'm like,
Yeah,
give me a giant robot destroying the world.
Speaking of giant robots, rework, you got an answer yet?
I do. I actually have two, if that's okay, because they're kind of tied.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first one I will say is the original Beast Wars Neo Galvatron. I was honestly gonna wait for the series, Legacy or Hasbro to come up with a new version, but I wanted to get that one just because I found it at a store for a good price in box. So I was like, okay, let's get it because I needed to complete that collection. I did not think I'd enjoy that figure as much as I did. It's still very lacking in articulation, but still, just messing with and having it on my table 24/7 was really fun.
I want that thing so bad.
I haven't sold mine yet, PC. But I think
We'll talk later.
That, right? And the other one I was going to talk about is the Generations Windblade. I saw a lot of people actually not like this figure. Like, I saw reviews on it and people were saying, oh, it's very weird, janky. I genuinely like this figure.
Wait, you talking about the Thrilling 30 one?
Yes. No. Is it the Thrilling 30? It's the when she came out, when she first came out, they released the Generations version of her.
Yeah, I think that's Thrilling 30.
Yeah, that's the Thrilling 30 one. It's the one with the really, really weird heels.
Yes, which I actually really like. Funny enough.
When you can get her standing, she's fine. It's just unfortunately getting her standing is a bitch.
Yeah, no, I've had ample time to mess with her. Aside from her standing, I actually genuinely like it. Although the face is one thing I don't like. Her face is not my favorite, which is why I switched out with the Legacy Windblade face. And it fits. The ball joints are exactly the same. I had to do no mods on that.
So before we move on,
Hey, Bees.
Hey.
What's up? Oh, BBS.
I didn't want to be rude and cut him off, but every single time BBS pops in, we do the chant. He's been with us since forever ago. He's our most loyal viewer. Anyways.
But yeah, Galvatron and Windblade. Because I recently found Windblade at Frank & Sons when I went to California last week. I got her, picked her up immediately because I really like her figure. I had it before, but I had to sell it off when I was moving, but I got her again, and now she's not leaving my collection ever. and she's just fun to mess around with. Her jet mode, I think, is my favorite part.
What's another figure that really surprised me? You know what? I'm gonna go with another more modern figure, and then I'll try to hit you guys with one that's significantly older. So the newer one, Legacy Evolution Beachcomber.
Ooh, rubber wheels. Rubber wheels need to be a standard on all figures.
See, the rubber wheels is not even remotely close to why I actually really enjoy Beachcomber. My whole thing with Beachcomber is he's kind of like my least favorite mini-bot. Like, I really never cared much for Beachcomber. Just, I don't know why. So just something never really clicked with me when it came to Beachcomber. I was perfectly content skipping him at one point, but then I'm like, you know what? He's 85 Autobots. I am going to have to go after him eventually. I'm already at Sabertron. He's willing to throw it in for a decent deal. Screw it. Why not? Let's do it. Once again, much like with Cannonball, the moment I got him out of the box and I got everything else out of the boxes, he was the one I couldn't put down. I flipped him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, yeah, I definitely do feel the rubber wheels is a nice touch. But the hand feel on that Beachcomber is chef's kiss.
I mean, I was thinking of another book that surprised me. It was a series. It was called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Everybody was like talking about this at one point over like Book Talk and BookTube, which I've always been one of those people who's like, oh, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Okay. And then I felt like I was the last one to the party because everybody's been reading this for like since last year. And it actually surprised me and was really good. And I was like, huh. Guess it pays to be the last one to the party. Because I'm like very particular about what I read. I don't just pick up something and go, oh, okay, I'll read this just because it looks really cool. I'll be like, And then if I can get it from the library for free, that's even better. Because I'm not always willing to spend my money in case I hate it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the other figure that I was going to bring up, now, like, for those who have been into third party and has dabbled in it for quite some time, I think some of you already know where I'm going with this one.
Possibly.
Mastermind Creations reformatted Terminus Hexatron. That
would need a
right now is he is still, to me, as far as a chug scale thick shot is concerned, I still to this day feel that is the best one. It does all 6 modes. Everything is still nice, tight, solid. He articulates relatively well. I wish he had a deeper elbow bend, but even then, every other third party and even official toy that I've handled, specifically a 6-shot, only has the 90-degree elbow, so I really can't complain as much. It's just the nature of the beast with him. I don't know why. But other than that, it poses like a champ. It looks intimidating as hell. And, he's a bit on the stylized side. He's not, like, 100% G1 cartoon accurate. In this particular instance, man, I don't care. Look how cool he looks. Just, it nothing but surprise after surprise after surprise after surprise with him. He's such a fantastic toy.
Cool. Can't really think of any other figures that I own personally that surprised me.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick somebody else to talk next. Eeny, meeny, miny, Rob.
All right. I'm just going to go out and say it. Out of all the Planet X figures that has surprised the fluff out of me, Thesaurus.
Ooh.
Murder chicken.
I
No.
wanted to hurt him. I wanted to hurt him so bad that day.
This ain't a murder chicken. This is a straight up murder dragon.
Yeah, no, that one's a dragon.
And if
That
you
so
make,
that one is based off of the IDW design. No, dragon.
and I was just gonna say,
Dragon.
I was gonna say, Bees, if you make the joke that I know you want to make,
I wasn't gonna.
good.
If I was gonna do it, I would have done it already.
Yeah, and then I would have punched you.
That would have felt like a pillow being thrown at my face.
Do I need to offer up the ankle?
I didn't
No.
do anything wrong.
Anyways, Beast, if you got one more, by all means, go ahead. You got 7 minutes.
Let's see. There's two more, so I'm gonna go with something a bit more vintage. The original Beast Wars. Which is it? Beast Wars the second or the original Lio Convoy figure.
Beast was the second.
Second, yes, thank you. Okay, it was Beast Wars Neo that big convoy is from. Anyway, yeah, Beast Wars the second, Lio Convoy. That one, like, I didn't have like the highest expectation, but I basically, as someone who grew up with the Beast Wars, line, I kind of had at least some ideas what to expect. And since BC loves the figure to death, I knew that it had to be a good one. So when I finally got my hands on one, which I believe it was just lacking the missiles, and I managed to find another listing with the missiles. So when I got the figure, I was impressed. The transformation was pretty. It was pretty intuitive. It was fun. The articulation is pretty. I mean, for a figure that came out in the mid to late '90s, it was actually impressive.
God knows why it did bad in Japan, but God knows why it did bad in Japan when it first came out, because that thing was. Yeah, I understand. I've handled the figure too. It's amazing.
Yeah, so like handling that, and then the Legacy Evolutions of Lio Convoy / Leo Prime. The Leo Prime figure is not bad. It's not bad. It's a pretty decent figure, but I don't know. There's something about the original vintage figure that it just hits different. Like, I couldn't stop fussing with the original figure. Like, after I got it, I just couldn't put it down.
Yeah, same. The moment I got it, I couldn't put it down. I just couldn't.
And now BC and I are on the hunt for a Flash Lio Convoy.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, bees. It is super funny that's being mentioned because I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal it here now. I commissioned reworks at some point, and mainly because I didn't want to try and find the official version of Burning Convoy and pay like $300 some odd for it.
And it's clear plastic, so if you blow on it wrong, it's just gonna fall apart.
Exactly. So I decided, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to see what I can do about it via other means. So I started kind of weighing my options. Finally decided, you know what? Let me talk to Reworks real quick. We'll see, and see what we can do. And if he can cut me a decent deal, he'll cut me a decent deal. We sat down, we talked, and I'm like, so I need a new Flash Lio Convoy and a Burning Convoy for my shelf for the Chug scale. What can we do about that? Both for this price. Deal.
It worked out too, because I had extras that I didn't need anymore, so.
And
better to get him what he wants than just for me to sell it off or give it away.
I got the picture of one of them, and I'm seeing the work in progress for the other. I'm very, very, very excitedly anticipating both of them as a whole.
I think I just sent it to you, by the way, or at least a little bit before we started the podcast. I just wanted to make sure it's all up to your standards, or if I need to add some more stuff. But they are both basically done.
Okay, I will get a look at them in here in just a moment. But yeah, I got stuff coming. And here's hoping I'll finally be able to get my hands on both a regular big convoy and a blue big convoy, because I have a little headcanon for that. Anyways,
The blue big convoy is supposed to be Magnus, right?
no, that it was that one Legends figure where for whatever reason they just decided to release a blue big convoy. The reason why I'm super obsessed with it is entirely because of the fact of Flash Lyle convoy, Burning convoy. If he had one that was like it, that would be the color of it.
Freezing convoy. Freezing big convoy.
Tundra convoy.
Oh yeah, that's even better.
Trademarked by TFA. Anyways.
I need Hasbro to release their Legacy Commander Big Convoy, because I own the original Big Convoy too, and I love the figure. God Almighty, is that kibble?
I agree. It's a really damn good figure, but it's all that kibble that is just aggravating.
You will learn to love that kibble, and you will enjoy it. He is a figure that literally, every single time you want to complain about it, he looks at you like, do it. I dare you.
BC, if you're looking for a big convoy, just the basic figure, I have a link to one on Mercari that's a bit cheaper if you want to get your hands on one.
How much
I
is
can't
it?
right now.
How much is it?
Let me double check because I saved it a while back.
One leg, half a kidney, your right testicle.
Nothing like that. I think the most I saw was like $150 for a pretty good looking one.
I found on TF Source they have on pre-order the blue big convoy and the Encore edition, it's on sale for $129.99.
Wow.
So who's getting it for my birthday?
I'm poor, so I'm sorry.
No, you're not poor, you're po.
You be po.
My bills are too high. My bills are too high. My bills are too high.
Okay, from now on, every time someone sings that song, they owe me a quarter. I'm trademarking the song.
Excuse me.
File
You know
for
what?
trademark and then we'll talk.
You know what? How about this, Bees? If you want to trademark that, stop backing up Woody.
Backing up what?
The Bandit Stan.
You are a bandit stand.
Stop backing him up. Hey, I'm joining with you guys saying that he is a bandit stand.
Yeah, now you are. You didn't before.
Been joining in. I've been defending. Okay, he's calling you the muffin stand, and I'm defending you. Like you know the muffin stand lives in Illinois. I'm like, I've heard rumors of it.
That's backing him up.
That's called backing BC up.
Anyways, moving on.
Anyway,
Before we all end up jumping bees.
but anyway,
So yes, so that's the end of the actual topic itself. The whatchamacallit, so we're not gonna do the scrap battle just yet. We're gonna wait it out a little bit. What we're gonna go ahead and do next is we're actually gonna go ahead and talk just amongst ourselves for a little bit about something that we did this week, I guess. I don't know. I really didn't plan this portion of it.
I mean, considering I've been unemployed,
Same.
this is the first week I've been unemployed. So, I mean, the most fun I did is I went and I got a flu shot. I mean, That's and I watched an abundance of Paw Patrol with my son. I mean,
I worked all week.
oh, and I decorated for Halloween. I mean,
What I did this week, I worked overtime at my job, and I've been wanting to like do overtime for a while, which I'm gonna take a bit of a break of it from it for this my current 4-day weekend that I have. So my yeah, next time when presented the opportunity, I will work as much overtime as I can, so I can have enough money saved up, so that way I can have some money to spend when I go up to Oklahoma to celebrate Christmas with Dreamer.
yep.
Yep. So
Wow.
I bought my bus tickets to go to and from there. I got my PTO squared away. So I'm looking forward to Christmas.
I am too, actually. Let's see what else did I do this week. Oh, I read books. I mean, my week was really boring. I'm like sitting here thinking, what did I do?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff that I did this week that was fun because whenever I get off work, I go right to bed. Which, yeah, I work nights, so around 8, sometimes as late as 9 a.m., I'm in bed and I'm in a coma basically until the afternoon. So then at that point, I'm just getting ready for work, and then
I mean, I guess the highlight of my week is I took my son to the park and he slid down the slide all by himself for the first time, which is quite an
Exciting.
accomplishment. Yeah, because I mean, he's very timid, and my dad had been trying to get him to go down this one slide, and he wouldn't do it. Well, then I went with my mom, and he literally just climbed up the stairs to the slide, and he went down it all by himself.
Awesome. So, in that same vein, my son's walking now.
I saw. I'm so proud. Just wait until he starts running. Then that's where the fun begins.
Just run away.
I'm just being honest. You know, I could just lie and say that, you know, it's
when you said where the fun begins, I immediately thought of Anakin Skywalker and Revenge of the Sith. Where the fun begins.
I'm not
no.
gonna kill my kid.
That's not the joke I was going for. I was
Well,
So
you-
making a
that's the line he
thoughtful
says
reference
before
to
he
the
goes
book.
all murderous.
uh-huh.
You guys are twisting my intent around.
Are
Or
we?
That's funny.
But anyway,
But yeah, no. So BC, when they start running, that's where the adventure, the next adventure begins, and it will never stop.
I agree. As someone who watched my little brother grow up, I started regretting expressing how excited I would be for when he started walking. He got into a lot more mischief the moment he started learning it. The moment he learned how to walk.
Mm-hmm. But that's exciting. That's very exciting.
So, anyways, that's basically about it for me. Oh, also, started a new job, so
Making the money.
making money,
Getting that extra cheddar cheese.
I'll
getting
get
that cheddar.
If we're switching to me, this week's kind of been not crazy, but it's just been like kind of like I had plans for one thing and then it completely changes to another thing because things. But I've primarily just been working on my commissions, but then I have to kind of sort of go on a hiatus because I have to go to California next week again. It's weird. I went to California last weekend. I got to go to California next week, and most likely I have to go back again. But it's not that bad because I get to go to Frankensons every time I go to Cali, so I can just enjoy my time there. No idea if you
That's
guys know what that is, but yeah, it's fine. And that's about it.
all right. Well then, at this rate, I guess it's time to do the thing. Scrap battles. First battle royale. This is gonna be fun. It is with the Ninja Turtles.
Woohoo!
Basically, between the four, who do we feel is gonna win?
I don't think I can really say anything just because I'm not a fan of the Ninja Turtles, nor have I seen anything of it. Yeah, unfortunately.
You could do
My
what I
boy.
do when they talk about Transformers. I do this thing called Google.
I guess actually.
I'm just giving you a little hint and help because when they talk about Transformers, I'm like,
It's looking along. Yeah.
it's like a whole language that I don't understand.
That's fair. All right. Well, I'll have Google help me for now.
So, with that said, everybody, and anybody who's still willing to participate, everybody,
Yeah.
rock your body, everybody. Scrap battle is now. Anyway, so for the battle royale, first things first. Let's talk. Where do I usually start? You tell it's been a while.
We were on what, like a month-long hiatus?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So give me a minute.
I mean, I used to have it written down, but I can't find it.
What time is it for me right now? 6. Okay.
Or are you a couple hours behind us?
I think it's 6 p.m. where I am. Not sure where you guys are.
We're all on Central Time, I guess, except for you.
Ah, the past is fun.
Are you Time Lord?
I try to be, but I lost my screwdriver in the wash.
Uh-oh.
So Reworks,
Hi.
you want to see what the concept art Megatron looks like with his repro labels?
Ooh, yeah, actually. Ooh, oh, you gave him the G1 chest. Or no, you didn't. Nah, you have more of the pattern.
Yeah,
Still looks
I
good.
was gonna go with the G1 chest sticker, but I'm like, no.
A custom I did with that. I was supposed to make him the IDW D16 version.
Ooh,
I hand painted the little squiggly line things from G1.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I ever posted it, but it was pretty cool. But I should have gotten the repo labels because that was difficult to do. But it's cool. I gotta get that figure again. I sold mine recently just because I had to, but I do want to get that again to repaint it into both Megatron and Galvatron. Go.
ooh.
What happened to BC? He's gone.
He's
He
doing
poofed.
something.
Yeah, sorry. Give me just a second.
Yeah.
It's been about 4.
10.
15.
20. 30.
And the post office is closed. Lovely. Okay.
Oh no.
I'll just drop things off tonight, and then hopefully in the morning they'll take care of it.
My toddler is strangely
Okay.
quiet, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay, so sorry, my bad. So first things first, endurance.
From the little I know, isn't Raphael the strongest of them?
Yes, but endurance and strength are two different things.
Mhm.
Ah,
It's basically a case of between the four of them, who can realistically actually take the most punishment. And if we're going based off of feats that we've seen all across the board, it's kind of a tie. And that's mainly just due to their anatomy as a whole.
Now, my knowledge about the Ninja Turtles is very rudimentary and lacking, but from what I can gather from what I've watched in the Nickelodeon 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon, and from what I've seen in the live action movies, including the ones directed by Michael Bay. Or did he produce them? I don't fucking remember. And the media that I have managed to watch, I would say Raphael would be would have the best endurance because like he's like the tough guy of the group.
Yeah, but like I said, when it comes to like dishing out a beating is different from taking a beating.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I feel like he was able to take a lot of beatings. In fact, I remember in the first live action of the 2014 Ninja Turtles movie. I can't remember what was going on. It's been a long minute, but I remember like he remarked about his shell was starting to crack from like the beating he was taking, and then like afterwards he just duct taped his shell.
Yeah. So that was indeed the 2014 film. I like that movie more than most, but that's besides the point. Raphael, while yes, we definitely do have feats that definitely show Raphael can take a massive beating, we also need to keep in mind Leo's no slouch either.
No,
Because Leonardo he's gone toe to toe with Raph before. He's gone toe to toe with Shredder before. He's gone toe to toe with Krang before.
they fight Batman in like one thing.
Yes, and if memory serves me right, Leo actually was the one that held his own the best against Batman, but that's a completely separate thing.
That's impressive, though.
It is very impressive. It's very impressive. So
that's endurance. I think we'll get Raphael.
So endurance overall, I'm gonna go ahead and play it nice, and we're gonna say it's a tie across the board.
Yeah, I would say it's a tie because honestly, they all kind of have their own, their own like level of endurance. I wouldn't say that one has more than the other.
Yeah, and again, we got to keep in mind a lot of it is also due to their physiology. They're turtles. Naturally, they have very high endurance. So it's in this particular case, it's very difficult to really nail down who takes this. So to make it fair and even, I'm giving the point to all of them.
Yeah.
Howsoever, there's one thing that I'm definitely going to say in this next bit, being the strength beat. I flat out agree with Reworks. Raph is taking this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Raphael would definitely be the strongest.
Yes, like bar none, Raphael is the strongest because while yes, Leo has managed to hold his own against Shredder, how many times have we seen Leo throw a motherfucker across a room?
Mm-hmm.
You don't, because it doesn't happen.
Mm-mm.
Raph is the one that would like when he gets in close, he beats your ass.
Can we also attribute this to Raph being more stubborn than the others as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely bring that up. Due to the fact that he's a lot more stubborn, he would be a lot more willing to toss his weapons to the side and just
And
start
go all
swinging.
out.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Which that brings up. I remember one episode in the 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon where, yeah, like he's very sensitive to verbal abuse. People taunting him and insulting him. Yeah, he will take it way too personally and let his emotions get the best of him. And so, yeah, he had to learn how to basically,
Control his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and just like let it slide off. But then, like Splinter, to teach him a lesson, had like a literal lesson. Had his brothers taunt him, and because he was like just letting his emotions blind him, just arrogantly charging in without even just with pure blind rage. Yeah, that's used against him.
Exactly, but another thing that I want to bring up that I feel really helps show the feats of all the turtles. Let's bring up the fight between Raph and Leo in the 2007 film.
Oh yeah,
That, like, for one, animation wise, it's a glorious fucking fight.
oh yeah.
But if anything, it definitely goes to show, like, it definitely puts on display Raph's strength feat.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at how badly he beat the dog shit out of Leo.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, like, again, that doesn't mean that the other three aren't strong like that as well. It's just between the four of them, we've seen Raph put forth more displays of physical strength than the others have. So, bar none, as far as strength goes, there's no contest. I'm giving it to Raphael. Speed, on the other hand, is where this gets interesting. Because Speed, I'm going to tie this out between two of them. And that's between Leo and Michelangelo. Leonardo, mainly because, I mean, come on, we've seen how fast he can move, is like just in general. But I'm also willing to give a speed feat to Michelangelo because of one specific thing: his weapon of choice. In order to do like the maximum amount of damage possible, you have to swing those chucks at ridiculous speeds to do the maximum amount of damage. And we've seen how proficient Michelangelo can be with his nunchucks. In fact, there are, if you're willing to throw like really random moments that happened in the 2000s, because that's my personal favorite set of turtles, he has this one attack called Eat Feet. He spins the nunchucks to hold himself up in the air like a little helicopter, and he starts kicking fools.
That's an attack.
So you got to keep in mind how fast he has to be spinning those chucks to keep himself elevated in the air.
Oh yeah.
Is it aerodynamic in any way, shape, or form? Absolutely the fuck not. He's a turtle. Does it matter at the end of the day? No. Why? Because fuck you, it's Michelangelo. So with that said, Michelangelo and Leonardo, for me specifically, I feel they take the speed feat. If any one of you disagrees with me, by all means, now is your chance to voice your opinion.
I think April O'Neil wins that category. Kidding.
Get out.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's
I
always
can't really
running away
disagree
from
with
all the
that.
action, so somehow she makes it out.
Somehow, right?
Anyways. So yeah, Speed Feet, Leonardo, and Michelangelo.
Cool. Oh shit! I'm gonna go mute for. I'll be right back.
All right. What would normally come after Speed?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I was trying to remember that because I had to go check on, Little Dreamer because, he was very silent. And BC will agree when a child is silent.
That's not peace.
No, so I was like, I need to. So I went and he's asleep.
Okay, good.
I was like,
So,
I hope he's not getting into mischief.
so my next, you know what? Let's add a new one. Agility. So agility wise, I'm gonna be real with you guys, or you don't know. I want you guys to make your stance and your argument first.
Hmm.
I mean, I always felt like Michelangelo was the most agile. Even though he was like, the least disciplined, I always felt like to wield the nunchucks, you kind of had to be agile.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Bees, where do you stand with this?
I'm with Dreamer. I agree. Yeah.
Fucking Rob.
I was originally going to kind of give it a tie all across the board at first. Then when Dreamer spoke her piece, I'm like, okay, I can definitely see where she's getting that. That, and I can only sum it up with Michelangelo with one thing.
I knew you were gonna. So
yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Dreamer and the Bees.
I'm outnumbered, clearly. Because I am actually more willing to give the agility feat to Donatello.
And I can also see why you're getting that.
I mean, I can too, but I would still say.
And admittedly, the only reason why I'm saying Donatello it's mainly due to how he uses the staff. He actually pole vaults himself off of that thing to get into some serious attacks. And like bar none, he has the best range out of them. So yeah, that's one thing. That's the major reason why I'm willing to give the agility feat to Donatello. Because he has more options with what he can do with his weapon that makes him a lot more agile on the battlefield. So yeah, that's where I stand. That's what I feel. So from there, we can move on from agility and move into what is probably Rob's favorite part, armor and weapons. So,
BC?
what?
Hey, I hate to cut it short, but I have to head out now.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. I'm going to attempt to get your Lio and Burning in the mail either tonight, but if not, I will be out of commission for the weekend starting today. So if not tonight, it will be out by Sunday night, or at least I'll drop it off at Sunday night. Just heads up.
All right, no problem, man.
All right, you guys have a good podcast. Thank you for having me again. It was nice meeting you, Dream.
Yeah.
You guys have a good one.
You as well. All right, so let's go ahead and fix that. All right, back to business.
Hmm.
So
Wait, I feel
armor
like-
weapons.
That's like really hard because you're thinking like Leonardo has the katanas. If I remember
They're not
correctly,
technically they're not katanas. They're these very, very thin blades. Like there's a very specific name for his swords where they're paper thin, but they're deadly sharp.
and then
Which
you have.
unfortunately the biggest drawback to his swords, they break easily.
And I would say, and then you have Donatello. I'm trying to remember what he has.
The bow staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donatello's the bow staff. Michelangelo has the nunchucks.
Nunchucks.
Raphael, just even further adding to his overall personality, he has the size.
Mm-hmm.
And he is, and each weapon has its strengths and its weaknesses. I literally just mentioned Leo's. His can do bar none the most damage if you know where to strike.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest downside is it's an absolute waste in defense because of how easy those swords can break.
Mm-hmm.
Raphael's weapons are very good piercing weapons. They can do very, very, very heavy amounts of damage. But he has to be up close in order to do it. He cannot strictly just rely on distance. Can he throw them bitches? Yes, absolutely. But realistically, those are at their most. Basically, they're at their strongest if you can punch with them. Donatello has the bow staff, which, like I stated, that gives him the best range. And you could also technically say that, given the fact that he's the smart one of the group, he will be able to figure out the best ways to swing and slam that thing to do the maximum amount of damage. The biggest drawback to this, you really can't get in close with this thing. You have to fight at a distance.
So in close range combat, it's a bit of a downfall for him weapon wise.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, Michelangelo's. He can strike with incredible speed.
Mm-hmm.
The downside, if he's knocked out of focus.
And he's also the least disciplined.
So guess what happens all the time?
You get his butt handed to him.
Because he's not focusing.
Yep.
Yeah, the one thing he desperately needs to be doing, he's not doing. The nunchucks really are like I guess if we're talking the biggest weakness of the weapon, they are very complicated to use. There's a lot that goes into utilizing nunchucks that you think, oh, just spin it and swing it. It's no big deal. There's a lot more to it. Trust me, there's a reason why Bruce Lee could whip your ass with a fucking nunchuck and do it in seconds.
Yep.
And still looks suave as hell.
Exactly. That said, armor and weapons overall, and like obviously they all have their own set of auxiliary weapons as well. They all have shuriken, they all have kunai, they all have handheld weapons, they all have ranged weapons of some type. It depends on what iteration you're going for.
Don't they also have smoke bombs?
They all come with smoke bombs, yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I remember correctly.
So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and say weapons and armor. Who would take this?
Leo would definitely be at least one of the victors.
Okay.
Because I feel like Leo is like one of, if not the best fighter of the two of the four, because he's a lot more disciplined and he's the leader. And typically, you want someone who is good at what they do to be the leader, right?
I mean, you could
Yes.
also say that Raphael could possibly do it because, I mean, he is the strongest.
Yeah, but in this particular instance, if we're like deciding who would take the point for weapons and armor.
You can also say, Donatello, because he can, use his intellect and he can invent, gadgets, and he's. So you could almost say that, Donatello, well, yes, his actual weapon itself kind of puts him at a disadvantage. He can create weapons too that might put him at an advantage.
And that's definitely a very fair point. But can he do it very quick enough to where he can fend off his brothers?
Possibly. Because he would know his brother's strengths and weaknesses.
Oh yeah.
All right. So armor and weapons. Rob, where do you stand?
This one, I'm just going to flat out say I'm going to have to give this one a tie all across the board because it can vary on the situation, things going on in the battlefield. One can have the advantage over the other, when it comes to weapons and armor. It depends on the situation. So, and it could go either way for all four.
Yeah, he's got a point.
So I'm going to have to give this one a tie.
Weapons and armor across the board is a tie. But this is where things are gonna get wild. We all know how I feel about this one. Battle intelligence. You can have an impressive array of weapons. You can have a very impressive fighting style. But at the end of the day, if you're not proficient in how you use it, you could end up being one of the suckiest. So how is the battle IQ for the four? And this time, I'm going to go ahead and let Rob go first.
This might actually shock you guys. This one, it's going to be a toss-up between Leonardo and Donatello.
I was actually thinking the same thing. Either Leo and Donatello or Leonardo and Raphael.
I would almost do Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. I would leave Michelangelo completely out.
Because he's dumb.
Not because he's dumb, but because I feel like
you're going back towards the least disciplined.
Yeah, it's because he is the least disciplined, where you have Leonardo's the leader, and he's skilled swordsman. You have Donatello, he can use his intellect to invent gadgets and different things. And then you have Raphael, who's the strongest, but he's also a hothead, which sometimes being a hothead, it's not always to your advantage. And then especially if you're going against your siblings who happen to know the right buttons to push, it could end up being him. It could. So, but I would still throw him in the mix just because, he is the strongest. But also his siblings could use his hot-headedness against him.
Yeah, I almost was going to add Raphael, but then he's the one out of the four that will throw a plan out the window and just
go
pull a Hail Mary and just go on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who knows him knows that's a problem.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with between Leo and Donatello on this one.
All right. Bees, where do you stand?
I'm with Rob. toss up between Leo and Donnie.
So
Because,
nobody's even going to elaborate.
like just basically just to summarize, it's similar to what everyone else has been saying about them. Like Leo being the leader, he knows what makes all the other his brothers tick. Donnie, he's the smart one. So, excuse me. In addition to being the techie guy, I'm sure he can come up with good strategies and analyze things. Like best ways to like exploit any weaknesses, and he's familiar with. I'm sure all the turtles are familiar with everyone's fighting styles, so they know what to expect. But I feel like the most proficient, the ones who are intelligent and observant and strategic enough, have that kind of prowess, would be Donnie and Leo.
So here's where I stand. If I was genuinely forced to pick between the four, who has the best battle IQ overall, as shocking as it's going to sound, I'm giving it to Leonardo and Raphael. And here's why. First episode of the 2000 Ninja Turtle TV show. If you remember, it's the Splinter Candle training sequence. Who were the first two to fail the test? Michelangelo and Donatello. Raphael, he did indeed last longer than them. Granted, he still did fail, but he caught on a lot faster than they did. The one to ultimately pass the test was Leonardo. And again, if you remember this episode and you remember this scene, you remember how fucking badass that was.
I do not remember that episode. I want to say, yeah, I definitely got into the show much later than most. But yeah, I can. God, I wonder if I can stream that.
Like I wish I could put up a screen share of that point of the episode just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So overall, anyways, like before I go off on another tangent, that's basically where I'm at with battle intelligence. Yeah, overall, that's where I stand. If anybody doesn't like that, well, tucked in. Anyways, so battle intelligence is done. Do I want to go ahead and add one more category, given this is the battle royale, or are we going to go into final verdicts?
I would add an extra category since it is a battle royale. That way it sets it apart from all the different scrap battles.
Okay, fair enough. Then here's what the next segment is going to be. Stealth. Who takes stealth? Who genuinely and honestly take Leonardo?
Yeah.
Leonardo.
Yeah, Leo.
I'm sorry. I mainly added the segment entirely so that people didn't feel like.
I mean, you could almost say that, like Donatello, he is intelligent, and he could think quickly on his feet and be kind of stealthy. But I would honestly still say Leonardo.
Overall, stealth wise, Leonardo is the stealthiest of the four. He is the one that if you're in the shadows, he's the one you need to fear. Because, again, going back to that one scene, they had to put out the candle. That was the test. The other three failed, Leo succeeded. Why do you think that is? His stealth was on point. where everyone else was still trying to fight on the ground, he was up on the ceiling. To where no one else knew he was there. Dead quiet. The moment he saw his opportunity, he struck, and because of that, he passed. Multiple moments where where anybody else could have turned the tide of the battle. When Leo is the one that is genuinely allowed to use stealth, he is a monster. So, overall, when it comes to stealth, I'm sorry. Like, granted, they're all four of them are ninjas, so naturally they're all masters of stealth, but none uses it as efficiently as Leonardo does. So, that's where I stand with it. That's how I feel about it. Let's get into the final verdict. And this is where it's going to get tough because I'm slamming one massive rule here. You have to pick one turtle. You can't say, I think these two will win, or anything like just ties are not a thing here. One winner. One winner. Beats you first.
Leo.
Not even going to elaborate. You're just going to straight up say, yeah, no, fuck the other three. Leo's winning. All right, Dreamer.
I would almost say Donatello, just because of his intelligence. And quick, to make his own, weapons and think quickly on his feet.
Okay. Rob, who do you think's going to win?
I originally was going to go alongside Bees and say Leonardo, but then I started thinking, who's the most unpredictable?
You're thinking Raphael.
I was going to go Michelangelo. He may be the least disciplined. He may be the not brightest. But all it takes is blind luck to nail that one final attack to have him on top.
Scrap Battle Royale, the Ninja Turtles. The four turtles has got done absolutely decimating a foot soldier squadron. They're celebrating with a pizza. Michelangelo, he's talking about, oh, that was so cool, that was so sick, that was so awesome. Like spewing all the modern lingo and slang while the other three are just shaking their heads. Donnie notices in the far corner, hey, is that the new video game system? Raph goes, well, if we all go in there, bet you any money I whoop all your asses. Leo, bet. They all load in. And it's a fighting game. A battle royale, if you will. They jack in and they go into the game. No holds barred. They fight each other to the death. But not really. I bet y'all were actually going to expect me to straight up kill the turtles. I ain't that mean. So that said, they jack in, they take their positions, and when the game says fight, they launch their attack. Michelangelo is running as fast as he can to try and get to his next hiding spot because let's face it, he's slow. But Donnie finds him, takes a high point, clonks him in the head, knocks him out. So poor Mikey, he's out immediately. But then Donnie he's jumping from point to point to point. Raphael and Leo are going at it a little bit, throwing punches and kicks, trying to stab at each other, but Leo is just way too quick for Raph, and it's driving Raph insane. Leo does a judo flip on him, and he slams him on the ground. So then Leo goes for Donnie. But of course, Donnie, knowing if Leo gets too close, this is not going to end well for him. So he stays on the top of the pillar, knowing damn well Leo stands no chance of getting him while he's up there. And he starts poking at him with the stick. When Leo is taking the beating while Raph was initially laying there, he wasn't considered KO'd yet. His rage builds up outside of the game, but in the game, it's giving him a little bit more of a power boost. He wakes up and he takes out the pillar that Donnie is on. Poor Donnie. Before he can even get back up, Raph grabs a hold of him and just starts socking him in the face and just and Donnie's out. Donnie gave it a good run, but he's out. Now it's ultimately down to Raphael and Leonardo. They're going at it, and it's absolute insanity. And then Raph breaks one of the swords. Leo is desperately trying to swing with one broken sword and one perfectly good sword, but Raph manages to wrap in and break the other sword. Throws him into the ravine, gets down in there with him, and he's got dukes up. He's ready to fuck Leo up in this moment. But Leo, it's almost as if he planned this. At this point, he knows damn well he can't just retreat in the shadows. He can't hide. He has to face Raph, straight up. So they both are kind of trying to outwit the other. They both strike as quickly as humanly possible. Both strikes land. Where Raph stabbed Leo in the side with the tip of the sai, Leo, with that broken blade, got Raph right in the throat.
Ooh.
The game ends, the helmets come off, and Raph goes, "Son of a bitch! Got my ass again!" Leo wins. Yes, I deliberately set that up to where I wouldn't actually have to kill them.
Yeah, that was a concern that I had. It seemed kind of mean having them fight each other, maybe even hurt or kill one another. But I love the virtual reality game idea. That was a good idea.
Y'all are welcome. Oh, but I know for a fact that at least Dreamer knows it. But there is going to be another battle royale. It's not going to be next week. It's not going to be next week. Actually, now that I stop to think about it, given we took a month off, I feel like that would be a good way to make it up to the viewers. Maybe to just go right into the next battle royale.
I wrote down who won, by the way, so that way we would remember.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, battle royale number 1, Leonardo took the cake. Leonardo won. As I kind of like, to be completely honest, I kind of expected him to win, like straight from the offset. I had the sinking suspicion, no matter what, Leo was going to win this. But at the same time, I really loved hearing you guys' arguments of, well, no, hold on. Like, with Rob, he immediately brought up the fact that, yeah, the other three are way more disciplined than Michelangelo. But one thing we're not keeping in mind with Michelangelo is he's more unpredictable. That none of us thought to bring that to the table. Obviously, it didn't help him in the end, but
I guess I'll keep track of who wins the battle royales.
So yeah, when it comes to battle royale number 1, Leonardo has won. I will reveal who the next one is going to be later. So with that said, we are now in the after party.
Woo-hoo.
So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves while I go ahead and get this fixed up.
I wish we'd had Bricks because he would have acted out the fighting. And that would have been very entertaining.
One thing I want to bring up in relation to the topic is how much this actually surprised me. The core class Energon Megatron.
Yeah.
It's a fairly easy transformation, but it's actually surprisingly very accurate, like nearly identical to the transformation scheme of the original Mega class toy. Was it Mega or Ultra? Yeah, the one that I have was Ultra. If my size classes are correct.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought I heard, a tiny human. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this surprised me quite a bit, and I got some upgrade kits for it to improve it. So when I was like, yeah, it's definitely inevitable that we're going to get a Galvatron, and lo and behold, I really like this. Really like this mold. And it's weird because I used to just straight up avoid core class figures, but there's some that I ended up buying on an impulse and really liking.
Yeah.
What?
Hold up. I almost messed up. I'm trying to think of what the next topic is, so just continue to talk amongst yourselves.
So Rob, I have a question for you. How much do you want to bet that Little Dreamer convinces Bees to watch Batman 66?
Let's see. Yes.
I think he'll end up watching it at least once.
Yeah, no doubt. But if I had to choose between him watching that or something like a cringy kids show, I'd probably go with Batman 86. Not 86. Batman 66.
I mean, are you sure that you don't want to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? I mean, that's so much fun. Fun inside Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. We've never seen that.
Never, not even once.
Never. This song just haunts our nightmares.
Yeah, yeah, my little brother used to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse when he was little. So I'm still trying to forget some aspects of that.
So before we go on, real quick, we forgot to do this at the beginning of the episode because, well, obviously I just wanted to get things going. But yeah, the Harry Potter fandom lost somebody today, so moment of silence.
For Maggie Smith. Whoever has a clock ticking in the background added a nice touch to the moment of silence.
It's probably me because remember I used to work from home. You know, I have a clock in my office.
He's a beanie bean.
This is my office.
Has he committed any war crimes lately?
Possibly.
Find out.
Not particularly.
You know, so bees, I was talking to Rob today, and he's never had Whataburger.
Well, Whataburger is a region exclusive type of place,
Very
and
true. But I was trying to explain it to him, and I was like, "Come down and experience it."
yeah, when BC, Alinar, and Mrs. BC that were here like a few years back, I was hoping that they were going to stick around long enough for us to have tried that or Brahms, but alas.
Yeah, nah. Given how how poorly planned all that was, yeah, it just
Well, when you and Mrs. BC and little BC come, I will show you the amazingness of Brahms.
And Whataburger.
Yes, and Whataburger. That's like life.
Yeah. I'm going to die on this hill. Brahms ice cream is vastly superior to Bluebell. Come at me.
Would agree with that, actually. Except
I don't care either way. So
Except I will have to say that, and this is fighting words, but Lumpy's ice cream is better than Brahms.
I have no opinion on the matter because I never had a chance to go up to North Carolina where you were, or was the North. What are the North states?
It was North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
3 years, and
yeah,
Lumpy's.
I never had a chance to go over there and visit like I had hoped. Otherwise, I would have been able to try that and confirm which was better.
I mean, I will have to say the fact that he makes his own vanilla extract makes it far superior.
And then Brahms, and with Brahms, yeah, it's more than just a fast food place. They also sell their biggest thing is their ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
They have a little. It's kind of like Baskin and Robbins. Like you go up to the counter and they have ice creams, like a little freezer thingy full of ice cream that they have. And then they also have a little market area where you can get some admittedly overpriced groceries, but also you can purchase your own. What is it? 3 pints, half. Yeah. In fact, I have some ice cream for Brahms right now.
We talk about food.
this is what happens when we talk about food around him.
The holiday flavors are trickling out now. So yeah, you can. This is what they have, what they serve, and you can also purchase. You can they serve it at the little area that I mentioned, and you can also purchase this in their little market area. This is a really damn good flavor. I love their eggnog ice cream, and I need to get some eggnog because what can I say? I'm I can cook. So like I
You
want to
and
make eggnog.
you
I want to
and-
make eggnog cream pie again this
well,
year.
you and Mr. Dreamer can have eggnog. I don't like it.
Eggnog is nasty.
Oh, I think it's gross. Like I'm just like, ugh.
You're both
It's way
nasty and gross.
your face.
Well, yes, my face is nasty and gross. I'm not gonna deny it.
Those bees.
Now you just look demented. Did a Dementor take over your body?
You're welcome. And the only reason I'm not exploding is because we're both on protections.
Where did my hat disappear? Oh, here it is.
Wow, you hit him so hard that it knocked his head across the room.
That hat witnessed how powerful that punch was and was like, fuck this.
It's like,
Well,
bah.
it's all took out a lot of weight for all these pins that I have on it.
It could be a weapon.
I'm not gonna lie though, for that one specifically, I missed the squeaker.
I don't know where I put the squeaker. It's gotta be around here somewhere. It's like I remember when I first introduced the whole concept of the squeaker. Simon was like, bonk, and then you hear, he's like, and BC is like, what the fuck?
I just like how we have a custody agreement over Rob's ankle.
Yeah, they
Poor
each get an
Rob.
ankle and they use as the punching bag.
No.
You know, that's a good point. We can actually utilize Rob's ankles as a means of training ourselves to throw him around, and we use as the punching bag.
No.
This is a brilliant idea.
No.
Here, give me-
Let's add that to
here.
our custody agreement. We need to add that.
No.
Grabs Rob's ankle.
That was pathetic.
Drop kicks.
I am pathetic.
No, you're not. But that burp was
Drop kick
horrible.
Drop kicks bees.
I'm just so sad we don't have our bandit stand again.
Damn, it sounded like you regurgitated something.
Try me.
That one sounded chunky.
It's like the belt.
Oh, you know what
equivalent of a
chunky
wet
is,
fart.
wouldn't you, big boy?
It's like the fart equivalent of the burp equivalent of a wet fart. Like don't be
Ew.
wet.
Oh, y'all are gross.
Well, I mean, we are men.
Man, y'all sit and talk about your farts and your burps, and I mean, just your,
Yeah,
your
'cause why
bodily
wouldn't we?
functions. I mean, but that doesn't make it any less gross.
Well, it's better than hanging out with a clique full of petty ass women.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing there. Then most of them make me want to gouge their eyes out.
Hey, before anyone comes at me, I was very specific. Very specific, not generalizing women. I just want to throw that out there. FYI, not all women are like that.
I mean, I will say this: there are some women who are, and they know who they are, and then there are some women who are like me, and we're just kind of like, we're just gonna observe.
People know.
So I mean, yeah, I just kind of sit and go, But I usually hung out with more guys than girls, to be completely honest. Which is why if y'all want to sit and talk about your farts and your burps, I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever.
Okay, all right. I think we're done here. So one thing that I wanted to bring up real quick. I want to bring up an old memory on Scrapyard. I don't remember what episode it was, but I do know it was a Scrapyard episode when it was done. It was when Bees here used to wear the helmets all the time.
Yep.
There was one time where he only had that like weird mask thing on. And like it was, I think he wore it to protect his face or his head while he was
Or
wearing the
both.
helmets.
Oh, you mean the black helmet underhood?
Yeah, the underhood. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, he took the helmet off so that we could hear him better. And as he's talking the entire time, me and Alex are just.
That I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look back. There are times where like, so everybody can hear me better. I take the helmet off, like face real, psych, and I've got the underhood on.
Fisherville, sorry. And then the Lord Zed skit.
Oh yeah.
When he pulled the stormtrooper helmet off and he had shaved his beard and gotten a haircut, I freaked out and pushed him.
Yeah.
Well, I
Savage.
remember when he did that. Because we used to Facebook, like chat over video, and I remember when you'd done that, and I was like, "Who are you?"
The last time I shaved was for my Goku Rolf mashup because neither of them had facial hair. So I'm like, I'm gonna regret this. So when I shaved it off, I'm like, I can feel every draft and every breeze. How can any ordinary human being live like this?
Right?
I'm just gonna say this: Mr. Dreamer looks like a beatnik if he tries to grow facial hair, and it's not good.
Well, yeah, like by the way, I believe BC was referring to, he meant Savage, not me, who's wearing the Stormtrooper helmet in the same skit with the Lord Zed bit. Yeah, like
I was referring to Alex.
Lord Zed was defeated. I come back, it's like, what was going on? Why is there a hole in my wall? Well, it's only a security deposit anyway. Well, I guess it looks like False Convoy is going to be the new Savage. And Savage gets up, takes off a Stormtrooper helmet. Fucking excuse you! He had a haircut and no beard. So like,
I can't imagine him without a beard. That must have looked very, very, very
Haunting.
scary.
Very
Yeah.
haunting.
who
Savage
looks
without a beard is haunting.
who looks the most haunting without a beard? Me or Savage?
See, I'd never seen Savage. So, I mean,
Me without a beard is.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Dreamer he can't do it. He tried to.
When I shaved this off, I'm like, Jesus, I look like Mitch McConnell.
Why do you exist?
like I've got. It's funny because the joke is he doesn't have a chin. I look like I don't have a chin with this off. The beard gives the illusion I have a chin or even a jawline.
String bait.
By the way, String Beat is the nickname for one of Dreamer's exes.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just fine.
Oh my god! Fucking Rob! He's a bad.
I mean, considering he has no chin. You look like a Men in Black extra.
Yeah, well, I bet there's only one person here that genuinely has the guts to punch me, but I bet they won't do it.
Is that Mrs. BC?
She's at work right now.
JJ?
See, I wouldn't dare.
Why wouldn't you dare?
Well, considering you're the leader, and I don't, you haven't done anything to warrant it.
Now,
I
I
was actually deliberately setting it up because anvil for hands. I was
No,
trying to set up for the
I'll
joke, but it
I'll
clearly
get
didn't
bees.
land.
I'll get bees instead because you haven't done anything.
You see, here's the thing. I dig my own hole. I get a tombstone ready. Then I punch you.
okay. So
Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's already ready. Do it, I dare you.
like the SpongeBob episode with Squidward as it goes. All right, get in.
Imagination.
All right, so I would not punch BC in the stomach, but what I would do since okay, so in a past episode, when BC was pretending to be dead, I told Rob to slap his gut, and he did it. Now I just want to say for the fact that if I was there, I would have done it myself. So I've just been like.
So you want to end up? So you want to end up with a bunch of utensils for hands, right?
Kind of disturbing. That's like
Listen,
the nightmares.
I will twist off your little pencil dick, okay? Don't test it.
God damn. Little pencil dick.
The look on Rob's face is like, oh god.
Well, still more than Aladar has.
Nothing.
No, this is what we needed to use to get his ass out of the fucking home.
Ew. Did you have to fumigate when he left?
You have no idea.
I tried. That's why it's yellow.
Oh my
Damn. Damn.
I know you're watching.
Because we can smell.
Because I can smell you.
Smell-o-vision.
So that's why it smells like deep fried bad gas around here.
Get a little piggy.
Oh my god. That's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
He didn't see, I would ask him to walk away, but unfortunately he doesn't walk. So he has to waddle away.
Roll
Is that
away.
before or after he dents a hole in your fridge?
He walks
The
away.
fact
He walks away, and then Stewie comes up with a tuba. On the topic of me doing this shit to BC, when he and Mrs. BC and Aladar were visiting, we were walking around. Yeah, we told this story like a few times before, but I love telling it. We were like going on a toy hunt all around my area. We were at a Best Buy because they have some action figures, some good figures right now and again. So like, I was in the middle. We were in the middle of the store. I let out this huge fart. With BC right behind me. I would have let it out silently, but at that point I was so excited I didn't even care. It was just, like, oh. I look behind me and see like goes behind me like, oops. So when we're walking over to another place, like Game Exchange, which is like within walking distance from there, we're on the parking lot. I was like, no, what are you doing? And he just charges at me, and then I go,
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, what's that over there?
oh, I mean this.
That's pathetic.
What do I look like? I'm afraid of death, boy.
Pew pew.
Oh, he gone.
That took care
Oh,
of
he
that.
gone.
I'm back. This pack's an even bigger punch.
And this pack's a gift.
Really? A boot? Well, that's not nice.
When did he ever say he was nice?
That's nice.
I mean, I call that humane, but I mean, you're crushing a cockroach. I mean, that's humane.
I was waiting for him to come back at this point.
And I'm like waiting to see what else he's gonna bring out.
Oh, I'm ready for him. It's like another skit. It's like another last second skit we did. I didn't know which one hurts more. A, B, or C? D.
Do, 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 do.
Ah. Here we go. Now I'm packing.
That's lame.
Hey, screw you.
Uh-oh.
Stabby stab stab.
Hey, if you don't knock it off, I'm gonna nip you in the butt.
Did it get broken?
It's a little loose, so it doesn't not supposed to flop around like that, is it?
It looks like a crab
Resisting
leg.
the urge. Resisting the urge.
I'm just gonna say it looks like a floppy crab leg. Just
Look,
saying.
look. All I'm gonna say is
I mean, I have something else I could say, but
When
I don't
he-
know if it's appropriate.
when Bees was at the adoption center, he had to get marked down.
I mean, I have something else.
Oh wow, so I was adopted. Thank God. If you know, you know.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, or at least as far as my mom is concerned, you're already adopted into our family at this point.
Can I be too?
Ask my mama. Or you know what? Better yet, at some point, if somebody can be so polite to actually clip this part. Mama Stars, I got a new son, 2 new sons for you, and a new daughter for you.
I mean, I even have a kid. It can be a grandkid for you.
Shit, 2 grandkids now. That's how to think about it. Excuse me.
Rob just looked like he wanted to say something when Bees was. I could tell you wanted to.
I'm being nice.
Are you sure you want to be nice?
Good up here.
You could
Because
just say
unfortunately,
it.
Bees is protected, and the joke I want to make wouldn't get my ass kicked.
I mean, he did kind of open the door to it, though.
That is true. I did specify that. Protections only last if they aren't blatantly leaving themselves open for it.
And he did kind of leave himself open for it.
Why are you encouraging this?
Because I want to see what he has to say.
Honestly, I do too.
I want to see if it's what I'm thinking.
Hang on, let me come back.
I mean, mine wasn't very nice.
My hands, because apparently there's some battery acid leakage in that power blaster.
Is that all? Are we sure it's just battery acid?
I'm sure hope so, because it's been in a box for the last 3 years.
He did.
I need to hope and
get it.
pray that it's battery acid, because if it ain't battery acid, my question is, what the fuck was Alan doing in there?
Because I know Rob wants to say something. He just looks like he wants to.
Okay, so what is it you gotta say there, Lollipop Gill?
Okay, now
You
you
were saying something
definitely have
about
free
the
reign to
blade
say
being a
it.
little loose. He was like having trouble keeping it up.
Does it need Viagra?
No. You want to know what we need to do? You want to know what we need to do? We need to do a Scrapyard game night where just one time on the stream we do a game of try not to laugh.
We would have to play Cards Against Humanity and try not to laugh.
So I didn't hear a word that Robin said because like people were laughing and talking over him.
When you said this is kind of loose, his immediate response was going to be, "Oh, you having trouble keeping it up?"
So that's why I said, does it need Viagra?
So I guess like because I called him Lollipop Gill, like I oppose like poking fun at people for their height, especially if they're short. But I feel like at that point that was well deserved.
Hence why I helped you, Rob. I was like, you said having trouble keeping it up. That's why I was like, Viagra.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
It's wait, I know what they're calling. Wait,
you told
it's called-
all of one short joke. Woody just roasts him on his height all the time.
Yeah, but I feel bad about doing it. So like, but anyway, yeah. So I just realized the problem with this whiskey dick of the blade blaster.
I need to end this fucking stream. Y'all are wrong.
Are we though? I mean, you guys were the ones hurling all the innuendos about the floppy blade.
Viagra.
Who was the one? Who was the one that was deciding to flash in front of us like that?
I mean, that was
Hey,
inappropriate.
you're the one who made it dirty.
Well, you're the one who started
Why'd
it.
you have to bring the dirty object out?
Like I said,
Why do we need a
you started
dirty
it.
object
Bees,
that's
you
supposed to be?
started it, and we finished it.
It's pure chaos.
I mean, two things.
I miss this so much. Pure chaos. Excuse me. Just a coconut.
Just like coconut. Did you eat anything with coconut in it?
Entirely because I feel like doing this. Hey, Rob. So the inside joke of the inside joke needs to be able to work with the inside joke for the inside joke, but then this inside joke needs to be able to work with this inside joke, so that this inside
You
joke can
killed
work with this
him.
inside joke, but then this inside joke doesn't work with the inside joke, so then this inside joke needs to be able to work with this inside joke, but if this inside joke doesn't work with this inside joke, but so then that inside joke doesn't work with this inside joke.
So
then
we have to
that inside
introduce
joke
the
needs to be able
neighbor's
to work-
inside joke into our college friend's inside joke, and the dog's inside joke mixed in with the cat's inside joke, and then the tree's inside joke, and our inside jokes all rolled into one. Ha!
You done?
Fuck
No.
you.
My brain
And
got a
here's-
software update.
And here's my best inside joke.
Bye, Felicia.
Petty ass little bitch.
I wouldn't say that to the leader.
Also, FYI, I have an X-Acto knife in my hand trying to get these out, so please no making me react to rough housing. Why can't these open so freaking easily? I need to put fresh
Stabby,
batteries
stabby,
in this thing.
stabby, stabby, stabby.
I may have insurance, but I don't want to go to. I don't feel like going to the emergency
I
room.
heard that, dreamer.
His thoughts. So, anyways, I feel like now's a good time to end the stream. Would anybody agree? Unless y'all want to do a little bit more.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the leader.
Yeah, and I'm leaving it up to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Let's end the stream so we can all beat the crap out of each other and while Dreamer eats popcorn.
Who's gonna do the Imperial March bit until Savage comes back?
I'm not sure yet.
I think. Oh,
Wow, that has better aim than a stormtrooper's weapon. Am I wrong?
And it wasn't floppy.
It seems like I'm done with all this.
I had to. I'm sorry. But I didn't violate protections.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
The loophole.
Come on.
I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking.
Well, now that you said that, I'm sure we're curious
Nope. Nope.
Commander Override.
now. Thank you.
It looked inappropriate, so I'm not going to say it.
I want to know. What was he going to say?
I mean, it goes along with the floppiness, but we're just going to leave it at that.
You're acting like he's having a stroke.
What?
That's what it looks like.
God damn it! I looked down and I missed it.
I'm not repeating it.
Well, I'll just have to watch it afterwards. Can you fucks go to bed so I can finally go to sleep? There we go. Finally got batteries out, right? Oh, shut up. Hold on. Good. Good. Hold on.
I only said what all of y'all were thinking, so.
You let the intrusive thoughts win.
But again, I didn't violate protections.
The fact that you just keep trying to shoot Rob and Rob is that like legit having none of it.
So, shit. I guess the stream's over now? Because I just killed the host. Welcome to flee the scene of the crime.
Resurrects.
We have the video footage.
Meeple twist.
Stabby, stab, poke, poke, stabby, stab, stab.
I don't want a piece of your shaft. Leave me alone.
Stabby, stab, stabby, blade, murder, death.
We get it. You want to
No,
practice
hold
your
on, wait, wait, wait.
penetration.
So with how much we're making Dreamer laugh. Hey Rob.
Hmm.
How about that buck sex?
What? What? What?
That's an actual inside joke between he and I.
Oh.
I'll tell the story at some point. It's not here.
Fair. Okay.
Taser. Oh my god.
But yeah, like that's something I really like and appreciate about the Legacy Blade Blasters that I was
Resurrects.
God damn it. Well, I just pulled an Alec Baldwin.
I don't think we can make that joke. That's kind of inappropriate.
Yeah.
Corner now.
I
I mean,
mean,
you can't go to his corner to make money. You just killed him.
he stunned him.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to go now.
Oh, hell no.
Anyway. There. Point it downward, away from anyone in particular. Still trying to. There we go. Anyway, listen to the. Okay, yeah, you hear the blasting sound, the explosion. It notice like. Like the whatever pattern you pull the trigger, the explosions match that. Anyway, still need to purchase a holster for this to go with my Armored Red Ranger cosplay. But that's another thing I want to show off.
We're gonna be here all night.
I can't remember if I showed these off previously, but I got the gloves, the buckle, and I recently got the holster, and I'm using the Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger.
You did.
You did show those off.
I meant like on the stream.
You did.
You did.
You did.
Yeah, but I don't think I showed the holster yet. But anyway,
You
yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Waiting on the cosplay itself, and I'm waiting on the underhood. And once I get paid, I'm going to purchase the underhood. Actually, no, I already purchased the underhood. I'm waiting for it to be shipped out. I just need the holster.
Poor Beanie. He just wants to take over the world.
But unfortunately, Father won't let me.
He wants to take over the world because the world took his balls.
If I can't have my balls, no one can.
Here's the Legacy Dragon Dagger. So shiny. Okay, am I doing something wrong? Why is this not? You press the mouthpiece and it's supposed to play the tune, but it's not.
You broke it.
Probably just need to new batteries.
That might very well be the case.
Please tell me it's double A's because I have plenty of double A's.
Who's the boy? Who's the boy?
You a good boy? It means like it depends on who you ask.
I'm a good boy, if you're concerned.
Unless you're committing war crimes, then
The only war crime when it comes to you that I've ever committed, kicking you square where the sun don't shine, because let's face it, you're not using it anytime soon.
is that the best you got?
The hell are you looking at, Uncle Rob?
But even then, at least I have mine.
Yeah. So does Aladar. Don't mean much.
Hey, I mean improvement, Aladar. Improvement implying that I have mine.
Don't you dare say it, Bean. But he's asking for no. Fine.
There we go.
Look at you. Look at him.
You guys remember what you're supposed to do to activate the tune? I'm getting kind of concerned the fact that it's not working.
I would not know what to do because I never owned one.
Have no clue.
You're talking to the wrong short person.
Well, your height was completely irrelevant to the situation, but okay.
Stop bringing up little people. I get you count in that category too, but knock it off.
How can I knock it off when I can't even reach the counter?
Well, if you need help seeing, you can just lift Luke up and he'll tell you what's up there. And then he won't throw stuff at you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Instead, he'll throw stuff at bees.
No!
God damn it, it's so fucking funny.
Okay, so
So
batteries still register as good.
we plan on ending the stream here.
Yeah, we're going to in a second.
Yeah, I think that was a good time to.
Look at your baby. Look at your baby. He's a good boy. Anyways, so let's go ahead and finally start actually ending this. So, yeah. Next week's topic. Where we want to go in the world.
It's a shame. It's a shame that. It's a shame that that's what the topic's going to be, because I would love to take part in it, but unfortunately, due to my work schedule, I'll be missing an action until November 1st.
That'll be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's also going to make you mad because this is next week's scrap battle.
Battle of the Robins. Oh, nice.
Basically, the ones that are going to be fighting next week are Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne.
Wasn't there a girl Robin at one point in like the Dark Knight Returns? I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't remember her name either.
So I guess it's safe to assume that she's not going to be included.
Nope.
Okay. Because I personally know next to nothing about her other than that she exists.
Well, good for you, because I'm strictly sticking with characters that we all know of. So, with that said, everybody, thank you to everyone who did tune in. I greatly appreciate you. And thank you to the panelists for showing up. Yeah, we'll see you next week. I've been BC.
Fucking Rob.
Dreamer girl.
Flaming Beast. Catch you guys later.